Student loan debt continues to be a huge economic burden for people in the US. And as a result, now there are certain financial organizations that are trying to encourage employers to offer student loan debt payments as a benefit. So Fidelity is an example of that. Fidelity Investments just recently introduced a program that will let employers make regular payments to their employees' student loan accounts, much the way companies already pay into their workers' 401ks or healthcare savings accounts. So a spokesperson at Fidelity said the following: we've seen big demand for a benefit like this from both large companies and small. It's a significant tool that can be used to recruit new employees and retain existing ones. So right now, the workforce is increasingly becoming concerned with benefits. And some people are even putting off investing in 401ks or retirement plans just so they can pay off their student loan debt. And so I love that Fidelity Investments realize that, hey, maybe there's a tool that we can provide for employers, and it could be a good tool to bring in, talented, skillful workers.
So it's a good program. It is also a little bit of optics. It's a way to get millennials to be more incentivized to work for you because that's their immediate need, and it's very real and it's significant. But it really doesn't help that much. I mean, you could either give them a higher salary or you can pay off their student debt. Now, what would help is if the government passed a law saying that employers can pay off that debt pre-taxes as they do with the 401ks. So that already exists for 401ks, and that's why people put into 401ks, because obviously if you've got $100 as your salary and you're gonna pay $30 of taxes on it or whatever you pay, $20, $15, et cetera, you're gonna have less money to put into your 401k after taxes. So putting in pre-taxes is clearly an actual advantage. And if you did that for employers getting rid of student loan debts for their employees, that could be really beneficial, but that requires government action.
Yeah, it does, and that's not gonna happen.
So that would require the government to care about students.
That would require the government to do something. Anything
that's helpful to the public at all.
Which, it seems unlikely. And that's not just a knock on the Trump administration. There was a lot of that in Congress during the Obama administration as well. So I don't have a lot of hope for that. Anyway, just to give you a sense of, this is in its very early stages, because there aren't a lot of employers who are doing this. So I don't want to make it seem like, oh, employers are falling over each other trying to pay off student loan debt for people. That of course is not happening, but it is a tiny fraction of companies, just around 4% now, offer student loan repayment programs.
I like the idea that you set up. Companies falling all over each other to be like, I gotta help you with student loan debt. Please let me help you.
Yeah, we live in America. No one wants to help anyone.
Right. So, but here again, good news that it's at least a trend that has started, and those larger companies that have a lot more resources have begun to realize, hey, it's to our advantage to get these smart employees, and that's why they went to college, and that's why they have a ton of student loan debt, and maybe this is a good way to do it. And if the government can actually pass the law, it would actually be significantly helpful rather than kind of shifting the money around. Help us build independent media. Become a member of the Young Turks. TYTnetwork.com/join.